Hello, everybody. My name is Ty Bernicke, and today I'm going to be going over 7 reasons why you should delay taking your Social Security income. So, before I get into this, I think it's very important to understand what the break-even age is. And the break-even age is essentially the age a recipient would have to live in order to benefit from delaying their Social Security income beyond the early start date of age 62. And there's a whole bunch of different research that has been done on this. One of the favorite articles that I've read on this subject was done by a former Social Security executive named Doug Lemons. So Doug Lemons compared whether it's better to take your Social Security at age 62 versus your full retirement age, which depending on your date of birth could be anywhere from 66 or 67 years old, or is it even better to delay taking your Social Security to as late as age 70? And he basically looked at a variety of different variables. He looked at the tax implications of your decision, how inflation would impact your decision, and the rate of return on the investments that you have in your retirement portfolio. And basically, he found the break-even age to be somewhere between 81 and 87.1 years old, depending on all those variables. So there isn't one break-even age for everybody because it's dependent on a variety of different variables. And essentially what that means is if we knew for sure that you're going to live to age 95, well, generally speaking, it's better to delay taking your Social Security beyond the early start date of age 62. And if we knew that you were going to pass away before that age, generally speaking, all things equal, it's better to have taken your Social Security earlier. So that's what the break-even age means. Depending on a variety of different variables, which I have listed here, and there are others, that can either move the needle towards making more sense to take your Social Security early or delaying taking your Social Security till later. So let's start off and go over reason number 1. Reason number 1 why you should delay taking your Social Security till later is if you will be earning income in excess of $23,400 prior to your full retirement age, which for most of you watching this video, your full retirement age is going to be 67 years old. And if you're making more than that amount prior to your full retirement age, your Social Security is actually going to be a portion of it's going to be taken away from you, and eventually it'll be returned in the form of credits. But generally speaking, if we know somebody's active income from a job, this doesn't include pension income, but income from a job or net income from a business, if it's going to exceed that level, we'll suggest delaying taking their Social Security income. Reason number 2 why it can make sense to delay taking your Social Security income. If you feel that Social Security is going to pay you 100% of your promised benefits in the future, that's another reason that can push that needle a little more towards delaying taking Social Security into the future. Having said that, we all know that the Social Security Trust Fund, or the OASDI Trust Fund, is set to run out of money in 2033. And if you're confident that the government will figure out a way to shore that up so 100% of promised benefits can be paid out in the future, that's another reason why you would have more confidence to delay taking your Social Security. Like I said, though, the projection is that Social Security Trust Fund will run out in the year 2033 if no changes are made. Now, reason number 3 is if you believe your Social Security benefits will limit your Affordable Care Act health insurance tax credits, and I should elaborate on this, depending on the state in which you reside, sometimes there's a state-sponsored version of Affordable Care Act health insurance, and essentially that health insurance is what many people who retire before Medicare age, which Medicare age is 65, and if you're going to retire before the age of 65 and you don't have health insurance provided to you from a previous employer, many people will either go on Affordable Care Act health insurance or a state-sponsored version of Affordable Care Act health insurance. And the price of this health insurance is generally partially affected by how much your modified adjusted gross income is. So the greater your modified adjusted gross income, the higher the cost of health insurance, and vice versa. And if you can see on this slide, you can see all the things that count towards modified adjusted gross income, including Social Security income. So if we know that Social Security income, if you take it early before the age of 65, it has the propensity to increase the cost of your health insurance, that's also a good reason why it would make sense to delay taking your Social Security to past that age so it doesn't increase your cost of your health insurance. Again, all things being equal. Reason number 4 on why it would make sense to delay taking Social Security income is if you're single and you believe you will live beyond that break-even age. If you think you're going to live to age 95, that's an excellent reason why it would move the needle towards delaying Social Security into the future. Another reason why it can make sense to delay is if you are married and historically you've been the breadwinner of the household and you believe either you or your spouse will live beyond your break-even ages. So the reason that this is significant is, let's say that you have a history of people in your family not living to a very long age, and you think you're not going to live to see the age of 75, but you believe that your spouse will live to see close to 100. Well, if you predecease your spouse and you want your spouse to get the higher Social Security income, it would make sense for you to delay your Social Security so that that higher benefit continues on for their entire lifetime. So essentially, you're building in a buffer for them because you expect their life expectancy to go well into the future. And by delaying taking your Social Security income, even if you predecease them by many years, they will revert to your higher Social Security income stream and theirs will go away. So by delaying taking your Social Security income, you're ensuring their solvency many years out into the future. Of course, this one should be simple, but if you're in really good health and you believe you're going to live beyond that break-even age, that's an excellent reason why you should consider delaying taking your Social Security beyond 62 and possibly till as late as 70. And if longevity runs in your family, another great reason why it would make sense to delay taking your Social Security income. Now, again, when you look at all these different variables, it's like a pendulum scale. Depending on your unique circumstances and the collective sum total of all the variables, that will determine the best time for you to take your Social Security, whether it makes sense to delay it or whether it makes sense to take it as early as 62. There isn't a right size or a certain formula that makes sense for everybody because everybody's situation is so very different. But hopefully you learned some new things about when it makes sense to take Social Security. If you have any questions or you'd like to schedule a quick 15-minute call with one of our certified financial planners, you can either click the link in the description or you can visit our website at www.bernicke.com. Thank you for your time today.